Hello, crafty friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing some quick and easy tips for mass producing Halloween cards. These designs are super clean and simple because, well, yes, clean and simple Halloween cards do exist. I whipped up 4 cards in under 20 minutes using just pattern papers and a few spooky sentiments. So, if you're looking for fast, fun, and festive card ideas, this one's definitely for you. All of the supplies I'm using for today's card projects are by Cat Scrappiness, and I couldn't be more excited to share them with you. Now, I've got some brand new pattern papers on my desk here, and they are part of the new Spooky Cute Halloween collection. What makes these papers really fun is that they come with an unexpected colors, soft pinks and rich purples, which is so not a traditional Halloween color. Now, if you followed me for a while, you know pink and purple are my absolute favorite color combination when it comes to anything floral. But today, instead of florals, we are switching things up and putting that combo to work for some spooky Halloween designs. And honestly, I'm loving how different and playful they feel for this theme. Along with the papers, I'm also using a set of 4 Halloween sentiment dies, each of which comes with a coordinating shadow layer. There's Trick or Treat in 2 different font styles, a bold Boo and my personal favorite, which is Let's Get Spooky. I love how striking these sentiments are on their own. They are large enough that they can easily serve as the main focal point of our card without needing much else. Well, when it comes to the actual making of these cards, the process was surprisingly quick and simple. Honestly, the trickiest part for me was deciding which pattern paper worked best with which sentiment. Once I had those pairings figured out, the rest came together in no time. In total, I created 4 cards, 2 using the purple pattern papers and 2 using the spooky cute pinks. Each card feels cohesive and still unique, and that's what makes this set of projects so much more fun. When I'm mass producing cards, I usually like to work in batches. That means I complete one step across multiple cards before moving on to the next. For example, I'll stamp several focal point images at once, then color them. Then I'll shift to creating all the backgrounds and finally prep all the sentiments together. It's an efficient process that saves time and helps keep everything consistent. But for today's project, I decided to switch things up a little and work on one card at a time from start to finish. There's something nice about slowing down and really enjoying the creative process card by card, especially when you're working with these adorable new supplies. Now, I started with the spooky, cute purple pattern paper. This sheet has such a fun collection of designs that work beautifully for Halloween, but honestly, many of them could be used year round. That playful polka dot and even the candy corn pattern paper that I'll be using today could find their way onto birthday cards or even other celebration cards. I thought that the versatility of this made them extra special. Well, from this for this particular card, I chose the pink and purple candy corn paper as my background. To pair it with, I picked out one of the trick or treat sentiment dies. I cut the shadow layer using coordinating purple cardstock so it would tie with the purple tones on the candy corn. Then for the sentiment itself, I kept things clean and crisp with plain white cardstock, which makes it pop beautifully against that background. Now I cut all of these sentiments using my Spellbinders Platinum 6 die cutting machine. Now, adhering the tiny letters onto the shadow layer can be a little bit fiddly, but with a bit of patience, it comes together really nice. I used liquid glue for extra control and worked slowly to make sure each letter was lined up properly. Now, here I just have one layer of those letters. You could layer them up for some extra dimension. I like to use my Cat Scrappiness reverse tweezers, which are absolute lifesaver when handling these small die cut pieces. They really help with precision. Once the sentiment was ready, it was time to put the card together. I placed the sentiment onto the center of my candy corn background, which I had trimmed to 4 by 5 1 quarter, that is slightly smaller than a standard A2 size card base, and leaves a lovely white border peeking out along the edges. To add a little more depth, I popped the sentiment on foam tape before adhering the whole panel onto a top folding A2 size card base. For finishing touches, I reached out for my Spectrum Noir glitter brush pen and added a bit of shimmer to the sentiment. That little sparkle really elevates the otherwise clean and simple design, and just like that, the card was complete. I love how fresh and fun it looks, and with that unexpected pink and purple Halloween color palette, I am absolutely loving this design. Moving on to card number two, the process here is very similar to the first one. We will once again start by choosing the pattern paper, then move on to die cutting the sentiment, which will serve as the main focal point of our design, and finally assemble everything onto an A2 size card base. Keeping the steps consistent makes it easy to create multiple cards without overthinking each stage. For this card, I wanted to switch up the color palette a little bit, so I reached out for the one with the spooky, cute pink pattern papers. The designs on these are similar to the purple papers that I used for the first card, but the color scheme here is different. Instead of the pinks paired with the purples, this collection features pinks with pops of orange, a color combination that I have been absolutely loving this year. It feels fresh, playful, and still perfectly Halloween ready. The particular sheet that I chose for this card features the delicate white spider webs scattered across a bright pink background, with tiny little black spiders tucked in here and there. I love how whimsical yet slightly spooky it feels. I trimmed the panel down to 4 by 5 1 quarter just like I did for the first card, so that once it's adhered onto the card base, I have a crisp white border around the edges of my card base. Next, it was time to work on the sentiment. For this design, I selected the Let's Get Spooky die. To create it, I cut the shadow layer from black cardstock, which ties in beautifully with the tiny black spiders in the background. For the sentiment itself, I used plain white cardstock. The black and white combination adds a striking contrast, helping the words stand out against that busier pattern paper background while also coordinates perfectly with the details on that paper. Some parts of the sentiment cut out as individual letters while others are joined together, so adhering them does take a little bit of patience. To keep everything very neat and aligned, I once again used my reverse tweezers, and honestly, that's such a handy tool for projects like these, something that I would recommend to all you crafters. I carefully added each piece of the shadow layer using liquid glue, and once my sentiment was ready, I adhered it to the center of my spiderweb panel using foam tape. I love that bit of dimension that this adds. For the final touch, I brought out my Spectrum Noir glitter brush pen and added a light layer of shimmer over the sentiment. That little sparkle really elevates this clean and simple design and makes it feel super polished and festive. And just like that, card number two came together beautifully in no time. It's amazing how changing the color palette and the sentiment gives the design such a different personality while still keeping the process super quick and simple. Here I've got card number one and card number two that we just created together. Off camera, I went ahead and made two additional cards using the same pattern papers. For those, I paired one with the trick or treat sentiment along with that cute little ghost, and the other one has the bold boo sentiment. The process of creating these were exactly same as the steps we followed for the first two cards. Simple, quick, and so much fun. And that's a wrap up on today's card making session. We started with two clean and simple Halloween cards together, and I also shared quick peek at the additional designs that I created off camera. All four cards came together so quickly using just pattern papers and bold sentiment dies, proving that you don't need complicated techniques to make fun festive cards. What I love the most about this project is that how versatile it is. You can mix and match different patterns, swap out your sentiments, or even play around with other color combinations to make it your own. Whether you need one card or a whole batch, this process is fast, easy, and perfect for getting into the Halloween spirit. I hope today's ideas inspired you to try making some spooky, clean, and simple cards for your own. Now, all the supplies that I used in today's card making, I will have links to all of those listed down in the description box below. Please note that all of those links are affiliate links, which means that if you shop using one of my links, I'll get a small commission at no cost to you guys. Thank you again for joining me today. Until next time, stay safe.